so most of you here have probably seen the movie Jaws, right? Yeah? So you'll know that it's pretty much about a gigantic great white shark just killing people willy-nilly on the beach. You know? Well, I'm here to tell you, sharks don't actually go after humans like they do in Jaws. That's rarely ever what actually happens with a shark. I have a question for all of you. How many species do you guys think of sharks? How many species do you think of sharks are out there? Yes, Keela?
A little bit over 480.
Yeah. Yeah, there are actually over 480 species of sharks out there. And there are still more, considering there is a lot of the ocean that has been undiscovered. All right, how long do you think sharks have been around for? Would you believe me if I told you longer than the dinosaurs? Sharks have been around for at least 450 million years, and they were here first. We have been the ones invading their spaces. Now, most shark attacks are actually because a surfer actually looks a lot like their food, their natural food, a sea lion or a sea turtle. Sharks can detect electromagnetic frequencies below 600 hertz from over miles away. So they can tell when somebody's in the water or when something's hurt, that kind of thing. And surfers splashing around in the water gives off the frequency of a distressed sea lion. Now, sharks have small sensors in the bottom of their snouts called the ampullae of Lorenzini, and they allow them to detect a change in intensity over 100 millionth of a volt per centimeter. And that's the equivalent of a flashlight battery, so they can detect muscular activity in its prey. Most shark attacks are actually from 3 different types of sharks: the bull shark, the tiger shark, or the great white shark. Most attacks, a great white may attack a human, like I said, because they look like their food, the sea lion. But because great whites prefer murky water, so they can give the cover of surprise against their food so they don't run away, it's difficult for them to see, and they depend on their ampullae of Lorenzini for their food. If a great white usually bites a human, it's because they look like a sea lion, and they usually spit them back out, because humans don't have a high enough fat content like a sea lion does. If you could think of the biggest human being in the world, they still wouldn't have enough fat on them as much as a sea lion does. Now, like I said, there are many different kinds of sharks, over 400 species. This right here is a goblin shark, and it lives in the deep sea. It usually lives in about 600 feet of deep water, and it's pretty scary. It can dislocate its jaw and to get its food. This is a cookie cutter shark, one of the most rarest sharks actually, and it bites in perfect circles on its prey. It's pretty cool. And then sharks communicate through body language and movements rather than noises, that kind of thing, like dolphins. Great whites tend to show the underside of their fins to show aggression, to warn you, hey, you're in my space, get out of it, that kind of thing. Sharks are really important to the ecosystem because they tend to go after the weaker or injured fish. And it helps keep the ecosystem in balance. Another reason why they're just plain cool.
Off the coast of South Africa, great white sharks called on camera, reaching spectacularly as they hunt.
Not only are great whites pretty cool because they can breach out of the water just to get their food, there are over 50 species of sharks who create their own bioluminescence, just like the cookie cutter shark I showed you before. Now, in conclusion, I hope that I've given you a pretty good argument on why we should protect sharks. There are over 100 million sharks every year who are killed and caught by fisheries. And they're just misunderstood creatures. They're not very aggressive towards humans, it's only because they think we're our food, they're our food.